Hi everybody, I'm Sensei Rick. This is Sensei Mike, my son. Welcome to the third video. I hope you all enjoy it. I think we'll start out as usual with warming up exercises, but today let's start with our Zen breathing. And let me move this way a little bit. Okay, so Zen breathing, as you know, is to relax you. So what you want to be doing is kind of just watch me for a sec. You lift your arms up as you're inhaling, and then come down to here and audible breath pushing out, just like we did in the other tape. So just close your eyes. We'll do that 3 or 4 times. Ready? 1. Remember, just relax. You want to breathe into the bottom of your stomach. Inhale totally till your lungs are filled. Exhale totally till your lungs are empty. Do one more. Excellent. Okay, so you should all be relaxed and warmed up. Let's start with side slaps, just again to warm up our shoulders a bit. Ready? Ish. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Roku. Shishi. Hachi. Ku. Good. Okay. Good. All right, so let's do some more warming up exercises. We'll start with elbow strike to the front. Don't forget, all of our warming up exercises are actually self-defense exercises, so you want to really practice them with that in mind. You want the forearm to be right against the bicep. You want to come up. We're aiming for the target's shin. So starting with the right elbow. Ready? Ish.
Hai.
Ni.
Hai.
San.
Hai.
Shi.
Hai.
Go.
Hai.
Roku.
Hai.
Shishi.
Hai.
Hachi.
Hai.
Ku.
Hai.
Ju.
Hai.
Good. Okay, let's add hammer fists. So what's going to happen is we're going to do the elbow strike to the person's chin that throws the head back, person's head back, and you want to snap in hammer fist towards the nose. So it should look like this. Bring it up and snap it in with a good snap on your key. Ready? Itch.
Hai.
Ni.
Hai.
San.
Hai.
Shi.
Hai.
Go.
Hai.
Roku.
Hai.
Shishi.
Hai.
Hachi.
Hai.
Ku.
Hai.
Ju.
Hai.
Excellent. Okay, that's really good. Now we're going to do elbow strike to the rear. This is also very good for warming up the shoulders. And we're going to go straight back. We're envisioning the person grabbing you from the rear. You're going to come straight back, aiming for the enemy's midsection. Ready? Itch.
Hai.
Ni.
Hai.
San.
Hai.
Shi.
Hai.
Go.
Hai.
Roku.
Hai.
Shishi.
Hai.
Hachi.
Hai.
Ku.
Hai.
Ju.
Hai.
Good. Okay, now we're going to do a roundhouse elbow strike. Some of you know this one. Some of you don't. The more advanced students know this, but you can always learn it. Roundhouse elbow strike is a very good exercise for loosening up the shoulder. You also will find it in many of the kata. So basically, what you have to do is take your left hand, for example. Start with the left hand as the target. You want to put your left hand straight out, flat. This is your target. Your right hand is in chamber. What you're going to do is you're going to come around and strike the palm of your hand with your elbow, and then come back to chamber. Ready? Itch.
Hai.
Ni.
Hai.
San.
Hai.
Shi.
Hai.
Go.
Hai.
Roku.
Hai.
Shishi.
Hai.
Hachi.
Hai.
Ku.
Hai.
Ju. Good.
Hai.
Okay, now we're going to put the right hand out. That's your next target. Left hand's in chamber. You're going to come around once again. Strike the palm of your hand with the elbow. Ready? Ish.
Hai.
Ni.
Hai.
San.
Hai.
Shi.
Hai.
Go.
Hai.
Roku.
Hai.
Shishi.
Hai.
Hachi.
Hai.
Ku.
Hai.
Ju. Excellent.
Hai.
Okay, so that's pretty good warming up the shoulders. The last one is my favorite. It's the one that you can use in most situations. It's called cross-body elbow strike. With this particular exercise, you come straight up, cross over in front, and come down. Same thing on the other side. Now, to make it more powerful, don't forget you want to be using your hips. So you want to kind of rotate in and strike. So I'll demonstrate how you can use this. Obviously, if you're going to be practicing this at home, be very, very careful doing this so you don't hurt whoever you're working with. It could be a brother, sister, maybe even a parent, family member. It's a good thing for adults to learn. If you're a parent of one of the karate students, you can practice this with them and learn something. Maybe it'll be useful to you someday. So the first one, of course, is the throat grab. We can use it against a throat grab. So I'll be facing my son Mike and bow, and he'll be grabbing my throat. If someone grabs your throat, you know it's not a good thing. It's always dangerous. So what you want to be doing, you want to come up, cross over, come down, bang. And with the other side, and right. Now in reality, if I were to do this in real battle, I'm coming down with a lot of power. But obviously you don't want to do that with a friend, brother, relative, anybody. No one should ever get hurt learning karate. You can practice it with a lot of power against the air, and then you practice it much more carefully against somebody who you're practicing with. The second one, of course, second grab is if someone grabs your wrist. Now often, if somebody wants to drag you someplace, take you to some other place, they'll grab your wrist or your hand and try to drag you away. This is very good for that situation. You're going to come up, cross over, and come down, bang. You want to hit the top of the person's hand with the tip of your elbow. And the elbow gets very strong if you put your arm right against your bicep, so it sticks out and you want to come down, bang. So you'll be coming down and strike just like that. Good. So of course when we practice it, we're going to practice it with more power, but again, if we do it with a partner, you do it very gently. So let's try it. Ready? Edge.
Hi.
Knee.
Hi.
San.
Hi.
Shi.
Hi.
Go.
Hi.
Roku.
Hi.
Shishi.
Hi.
Hachi.
Hi.
Ku.
Hi.
Ju.
Hi.
Good. Okay, we'll do one more. We don't do any more of those actually against the air, but let's do it against somebody maybe grabbing your shirt. But sometimes if someone bothers you, maybe a bully, they'll grab maybe your lapel like this. So if I'm grabbing this little bang, you have to knock it right off. Good. So that's cross-body elbow strike, and it's a great technique to practice. And those are my favorite self-defense techniques. I think today we're going to go over hammer fist. I don't do it a lot, but I think it's good to have on for you guys to see. Hammer fist is really one of my favorite battle exercises because you can use the hammer fist in all directions. You can do hammer fist to the front. If someone's on the side, you can strike to the side, and you can also do it to the rear if someone's behind you. So let's practice that a little bit. Once again, your hands are up by your ear, and what you'll be doing is you're aiming for the enemy's nose. So you want to kind of imagine the person in front of you, and you want to snap it up. And you want your hands in here so you can strike more than once if you have to. Plus, you can use your arms and forearms to block in case someone's striking in. So what you'll be doing is striking in this way. Once again, you hear the snap. The snap tells you that you're doing it really well. If you don't have a gi on, you don't really have to have a gi to practice this stuff. Then you can hear the snap because the gis are made the way it's sewn to make a very loud snap sound to tell you that you're doing the snap part of the technique correctly. But as long as you practice it with a snap, if you can't hear the gi because you're not wearing the gi, then that's okay. So let's try it to the front. We'll just do a few to the front. Ready? Itch.
Hi.
Knee.
Hi.
San.
Hi.
Shi. Good. Now here's where the power comes. The bad guy, the adversary, isn't always facing you. Sometimes they're on the side. So in this case, what you're going to be doing is without moving your feet at all, you'll be rotating your body and striking to the side. So the person comes in from this side, you can strike. They come in from this side, you can strike. Good. And the last one is to the rear. Sometimes the attacker is behind you. Once again, you don't want to move your feet before you do the technique because that telegraphs to the person who is behind you to attack you that you know that he's there. You want to get to him before he knows what's going on. So you kind of rotate real quick without moving your feet and just snap real quick. Let's try a couple of those. Ish. Knee.
Hi.
San.
Hi.
Shi.
Hi.
Go. Good.
Hi.
Okay, so you can see how it works efficiently. If you're surrounded by people, you have 3 or 4 attackers, some from the back, side, or front. You can go in all different directions and very efficiently take care of them. Okay, so once again, the last part of our warming up will be punching, as we've done before. We won't do a lot of punches, but I want to focus once again on the power of the punch. Now, as I said in the last tape, to make the punch most powerful, you want to make sure your shoulders are held down. You want to come in kind of towards the middle, keep your wrist flat, and once again, you want to snap it. The whole body has to get behind the punch to make it more powerful. So we'll do 4 of these punches. Ready? Itch.
Hi.
Knee.
Hi.
San.
Hi.
Shi.
Hi.
Good. So let's try double punches. Now often you want to punch more than once, plus it's a good exercise. So now with each one, you'll be doing 2 punches instead of 1. Ready? Itch.
Hi. Hi.
Knee.
Hi. Hi.
San.
Hi. Hi.
Shi.
Hi. Hi.
Good. And now we'll try 4. Itch.
Hi. 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 Hi.
Knee.
Hi. 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 Hi.
San.
Hi. 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 Hi.
Shi.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Good. And you can do more than that. I usually do 10. People say to me, well, it's very boring. I've been doing this for so many years. Well, the best way to get perfect at something is with perfect practice. You must do it over and over again. And the more you do it, the stronger you'll get, the more snappy it'll be. And this will also make your katas look good. It'll make everything you do in karate look good if you really get a nice, crisp, powerful strike. Now we're going to work on blocks real quick. We're going to work on the 3 basic blocks of Ishinryu. Then I'm going to show you my favorite block. Since I have Sensei Mike to help me, it's more fun to see exactly what we're going to be doing with that. So basically, we have 3 blocks, but that's not really 100% true, because in the basic upper body exercises, we have what's called Jodan Uki, which is rising block. We have Shudan Uki, which is middle block, and we have Gidan Uki, which is low block. But also, when we turn it into a Shuta Uki, which is the more advanced block, Uki, by the way, if you haven't figured it out, means block. If we do Jodan Shuta Uki, we come up, we're actually now blocking with the knife hand. It's still a rising block. Instead of blocking with the muscle, we're now blocking with the Shuto. With Chudan, we come around this way, regular Chudan Uki, but if we come around with the hand open, it's called Chudan Shuta Uki, and now we're blocking with this part of the hand. Gidan, we start high and go low, and if we're doing that's with a closed hand, and that's with the muscle. If we do Chudan, Gidan Shuta Uki, we rotate, and now we're blocking with the knife hand. Let's start with just Gidan Uki. We have a lot of things to cover today, so I can't spend a lot of time practicing this stuff in front of the camera. But don't forget, just because I do it 4 times here, doesn't mean you can't practice it at home. Stop the videotape, whatever you want to do, and do it maybe 10 times. That's a good number of times to do it. But what you want to think about for doing the Jodan Uki is you want to cross up and kind of snap out this way. And once again, the regular block, we're blocking with the muscle. Many styles of martial arts, many styles block with a bone here. The problem with blocking with a bone is if someone's coming in with a hard object to attack you, that bone will shatter. And Ishinryu, because it's really made, Ishinryu is made for hand-to-hand combat, we rotate it, and the muscle gives you much more resilience, and it won't shatter. And that way, you're protected if someone's coming in with a hard object. So let's try 4 of those. Ready? Edge, knee,
Height.
san,
Height.
shi. Right? Good. Now let's do the shuto. So the difference is now we're going to be coming up with the knife hand. And the knife hand means we'll be coming up just like this, but the knife will be in the middle of the head to block with the shuto part of the arm. Ready? Itch, knee, san, shi. Good. Now we're going to do chudan, which is middle block. The chudan protects this area. We start low, rotate away, and come right around in a circle, kind of like you're scooping ice cream. Come around and here. You want the shoulder to be down, wrist should be about shoulder level, elbow in. Elbow in protects the rib cage from someone striking that part of the area. So let's try 4 of those. Ready? Itch, knee, san, shi. And you notice when I'm doing it, because as I mentioned in the last tape, I like the middle block to be practiced kind of like a back fist. Chudan Uki can really be a back fist as well. Now you notice when I'm doing it, my hand is very relaxed, and I only snap it tight at the very end. That means when I actually do the block, it's much snappier, plus it's much harder, much more secure as a block. So that's why I keep the hand open a little bit. You can try that if you want. Some people prefer to have their hand closed with the whole thing. So let's try it. Ready? Itch. Give the snap. Knee.
Height.
San.
Height.
Shi.
Height.
Good. The snap actually adds to the block. If you snap the block, of course, it will set up a reverberation into the person's arm that's being blocked and be much more painful. It can actually even shatter a bone. Now we're going to do it with the shuto. So this time, instead of doing it this way, our hand will be open. We'll come around the same way as if we're scooping, but now we're going to end up this way, just like that. And we're blocking with this. So what I like to do is, we come around, and at the end, where I'm doing the block, I like to snap that little snap in there, making it more of a shattering blow, blocking with the knife part of the hand. Ready? Itch, knee, san,
Height.
shi. I heard a good snap on one of those. That was good. Okay, now Gidan, which is a low block. This is a very good block for low blows, either punches, maybe kicks. We start high, and we snap it down. Now this is a powerful block, because remember, if someone's kicking you, the leg is longer and stronger than a hand, so you have to really wind up to make sure you have enough power to deflect or to block a kick. So you start high and you come around, bang. Now when you do this block, you don't want to come out, you don't want your hand to be out too far. Right about here is good, maybe 12 inches from the body. Don't want to be too close, because if you're too close with the block, of course the kick will come in and will hit you. So you want to be right about there. So let's try some of those. Ready? Itch,
Height.
knee,
Height.
san,
Height.
shi. Nice.
Height.
Okay. And now we're going to do a Gidan Shuta Uki, same thing. And then we'll come around, and instead of the angle being this way, because we're blocking with the Shuto now, we rotate around, because now we're blocking with this part of the hand here. So you're coming up and itch, knee,
height,
son, she.
Height.
What I like particularly about this particular block, the way I do it with open hand, is if someone kicks in, I can block, and then I can actually scoop the foot up, and I'll grab the foot, and I'll throw the person over backwards with the foot. Okay, so those are the basic blocks. And one of my favorite blocks you really don't see until you do advanced kata in Nishinryu. And I am kind of getting ahead of myself, except I think it's really kind of fun to practice this particular block and to get it done. It's called a windmill block. I actually call it a meat grinder block. Now, as you notice, if you do like a chudan uki, it takes a long time for the block to complete its total circuit. It's a circle. And in reality, it may take too long to actually intercept someone's technique. So what I like to teach is called a windmill block, or sometimes I call it a meat grinder block. And we add a palm heel block to it. So the palm heel looks like this, and the middle block looks like this. So what's happening is we're actually doing a block like this. Now let me show you why. So you understand why we're practicing this way. If somebody wants to punch me here, punch in, and I do a circular block, because his punch is linear, and my block is circular, of course this is going to take much more time to complete. But if I do a linear block, bang, then I can reinforce it. The middle block, it's more efficient right here. So it looks like this. See how fast it is, very, very fast. Again. So I call it a meat grinder block, because actually you can set up painful situation here and block. So it looks like this. And the other side. Good. So let's practice that. This takes time to practice. You can practice in the mirror. Sometimes that helps. We'll go slowly and see if you can actually copy it. So it looks like this. Edge, knee, san, shi, then you go faster. Just make the circle. Good. Same thing on the other side. Good. Well, that was fun. I love this block. I think really, in realistic fighting terms, this is what you want to do. I like it because I can do it from here, actually. If someone wants to hit you, you don't want to get into a fighting stance. I teach that all the time. You do not want to get into a fighting stance if someone wants to fight you, because then they're going to know you know martial arts. If they know what you know, then they're going to be ready, fight harder, perhaps bring out a weapon, maybe call their friends. So it's really better, I think, to be up here, and then you can do that block very efficiently right from here, which is kind of a good way to handle a situation where someone's trying to punch you. So that is the meat grinder block. Now, since Sensei Mike is here, Mike has really amazing kicks. I don't try to compete with him in the kick department because his kicks look just so darn good. So let's do a little stretching first. We won't go through the whole stretching routine. You know most of the stretching routines from gym, if you go to gym or at school. Kids can practice this. If you're 4 years old, 5 years old, you still can be following this stuff and learning this stuff. I've had 5, 6, and 7-year-olds learn this, the kicks, the blocks that I'm doing here, very efficiently just by watching it and copying. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have Sensei Mike stand right here and do a straight leg kick out. Now that's a good stretch, and it's a good way to actually loosen up everything for your basic kicks. So you can start with the right foot. Now with the kick out, you don't want to bend your knee. It's really a stretching exercise. You want your knee to be locked and swing it up as high as you can. We'll do one side at a time, starting on the right side. Ready, edge,
height,
knee,
height,
san,
height,
shi,
height,
go.
height,
Good, now try the left side. Edge,
height,
knee,
height,
san,
height,
shi,
height,
go.
height.
Good, okay. So Sensei Mike is going to show you the front snap kick. Now, 3 things about front snap kick I always say. It should be fast, high, and snappy. In battle, you do not want to kick high, but for exercise, we call it kind of a sport kick. You kick high just for better muscle building, and it's good for strengthening and loosening up the legs. In battle, of course, you don't want to kick high, because if you kick high, it's easier for the person to block. We practice high, which makes your low kicks more efficient. Now, just keep in mind that we practice high, but if you figure if you're going to kick somebody, if you kick them in the knee and break their knee, then of course they can't block it. Hard to block a knee kick, but also they can't chase you because you destroy their mobility. You kick them in the knee, the knee is going to shatter. We will practice the kicks nice and high, and you want them to make them snappy. Keep the knee in the air through the whole rotation. In other words, you bring the knee up, and you kick and snap it back. So with Mike, come over here to the middle. Okay, so you bring your knee up, kick, and back. Good. Okay, so that's the whole thing, but of course in reality, when we practice it, we do it much faster. Ready? Starting on the right side, hands in fighting position, edge,
Height.
knee,
Height.
san,
Height.
shi,
Height.
go. Good, that's a great kick. And you kick anywhere from the knee up. If you're going to kick someone in the face, of course, it's better to kick them, I think, in the soft palate right about here. But you can kind of really kick anywhere up to the nose or whatever. I prefer the low kick. Next kick is a great kick. It's called side kick. Now, side kick, to mechanically get it correctly, you want a chamber. We call stacking the hands, and you want to stack on one side and kick to the other. What I like about the side kick is the enemy doesn't realize that you can kick them because the person who's doing the kick is facing the front. So, for example, if I'm coming in to grab Mike, okay, to face the camera. So I'm coming into a side kick, bang, I'm taken out. Try it again.
Height.
See? He doesn't want to hurt me. He doesn't want to hurt his dad. He knows if he hurts me, of course, he doesn't have any food to eat, no place to live, no place to sleep, so he tries to be very careful, very thoughtful. Yeah, you should never hurt anybody when you're practicing. It's better to be safe than sorry, because remember, this stuff can really hurt. This can kill people, and you have to be careful to make sure that nobody gets hurt. No one should ever get hurt practicing martial arts, just the way it is. Oh, you have some bully senseis out there, someone's real bullies, and they push people around and hurt people because they enjoy that. But if you go to the masters, the real traditional people who train properly, they never want to hurt their partner. If they do sparring, for example, they make sure everyone's either covered properly with equipment, or in Ishinu's case, you make sure you've got enough control that you come with full power without actually penetrating the person's hip, so it's more of a snappy thing. Okay, so Sensei Mike is going to do a few side kicks. Ready? Right side first, edge,
Height.
knee,
Height.
san,
Height.
shi.
Height.
And that's something you can do 10 times again. Either you can stop the tape or do 10 times when you're alone, just practicing it. The next kick is roundhouse kick. Roundhouse kick really is more for exercise. The roundhouse kick means you're facing the person, but you're bringing the kick around to hit the person probably in the side of the head. And it's a great kick, especially for warming up the hips and strengthening the hips. So let's try roundhouse kick. Ready, edge,
Height.
knee,
Height.
san,
Height.
shi. Good.
Height.
Okay, last kick we're going to do today. Those are really some of my favorite kicks, but the one that I think is most applicable in battle is called knee kick or knee to groin kick. Now, if you're really fighting somebody, if you are far enough away from the attacker to deliver a kick, you are also far enough away to run. And that's what I advise people to do. If you run away, you won. You didn't get hurt. You never know what the attacker knows. If the person's close to you, they've grabbed you so you really can't get away, or you're pinned against a wall, you have to do hand-to-hand combat or close-in combat tactics. One is knee kick, knee to groin kick. And I promise you, if you deliver this technique properly, if you're a boy or a girl, little kid, adult, whatever, the fight is over. The attacker won't bother you anymore. So we practice this by putting the hand in the air, and we come down, smack. Now this, when you do that strong technique against your hand, it's good. It does sting a little bit, but that's good. It tells you how strong it is, and you can tell by the sound, bang, that probably the person is not going to want to bother you anymore after you deliver that particular counterattack. They won't want to bother you, and they probably won't bother anybody else for a long time. All right, so let's have Sensei Mike come over here a little bit. All right, do a couple of knee kicks. Ready, edge,
Height.
knee,
Height.
san,
Height.
shi.
Height.
Excellent. All right, so that's the knee kick. That's enough of the kicks. And once again, please practice this stuff if you can by turning off the tape. You don't have to just do 4. I think 10 really is a good amount. If you can't count to 10 in Japanese, then you do it in English or to yourself. No one can. I wanted to do more kata. I wanted to finish Sanchin. We have plenty of time. I'm going to try to do as many of these as I can, and the more I do, of course, the more you can learn from it, from the tapes. The good thing about the tape is when you watch it and it's something you want to copy, you can stop it, rewind it, and do it again. When you're with me in class, you can't do that because, you know, I'll get really angry if you stop me in the middle of class. Hey, Sensei, stop. You know, I don't do well with that. I try to demonstrate as well as I can, but you can't stop the whole class all the time. This you can stop and you can copy and do it over and over and over again. So the kicks you can keep practicing. If you have a brother or sister or a parent to help you, work with you, then they can see what I do on the tape and watch what you do and maybe make some corrections, because it's really very visual. You can see what the person's doing and you can perhaps copy in that way. So Don't be afraid to practice it. Just because we did it 4 times or whatever, doesn't mean you have to do it only that number of times. You want to do it as much as you can. And one piece of information, this basic stuff is the basis of the rest of what you're studying. So I know if you're a brown belt or a black belt or a green belt, whatever you are, this basic stuff, if you perfect it, it'll perfect your kata. Now we will do kata. Every day I think I'm going to be able to do the kata, but I run out of time. But I want to do like Sanchin kata and Seisan, primarily maybe even Seiyuchin kata sooner or later. Wansu kata, I love these kata. But again, we've run out of time, and I think people's attention span doesn't go for more than 20, 30 minutes when it comes to video. So I think we will do kata later. I wanted to finish Sanchin, for example. No time for that. But we do have to start working on the 15 basic upper body exercises, because that's important. And those basic exercises will help you, again, perfect the rest of your kata. So once again, if you're a white belt, if you're 4 years old, if you're older, these are things you can perfect. Just because you know how to do it doesn't mean you know how to do it correctly or with perfect technique, and that's what you want to do. So we'll start at the beginning. Won't spend a lot of time with 1 through 4, which is the basic punches. Number 1, of course, is lunge punch. So you start with your hands in chamber. You do a sweeping step in the Seisan stance. Seisan is 1 foot forward stance, and the heel of your front foot should be lined up with the toes of your rear foot. You just look down. Your feet should be about shoulder width apart. And of course, when you punch, rotate the hips. And of course, when you ki, you want to ki from up here. It's from a ki. So that is number 1, lunge punch. Number 2 is lunge uppercut. So you sweeping step in again. And you want to come up. Instead of coming straight in, now you're going to be coming up, snapping. And you're aiming for the person's soft palate. So it looks like this. Good. Now, those are lunge. Lunge means you're punching off the forward foot. In boxing, it's like the jab. Jab is off the front foot. Now we'll be doing the power punches, which are reverse. And reverse is the power of these techniques. So number 3, reverse punch. You're stepping in with the left foot this time. Once again, make sure you're in Seisan stance and rotate the hips. Once again, making sure you have a good snap there. And lastly, you're going to be doing reverse uppercut. Step in with the left foot. Once again, rotate the hips. Make sure you're getting power coming up the middle. See how I end up here? I don't end up here. I want to be right in the middle, so I'm balanced and come up again. Good. Okay, so those are the 4 basic punches. I think Tatsushi Mabuka, when he designed the system, started out with the punches so you could spend time perfecting the actual punching technique without being distracted with the blocks. But now I think maybe today we'll do 5, 6, and 7 of the 15 basic upper body exercises. So number 5 is really against for a low block, for a kick or a low punch. So for this one, you're in chamber. This time, because the person's punching in, you want to create distance between the weapon, which the person's punch perhaps, or the kick, and your body. So you do a sliding step back with the right foot. The person is punching low or kicking low, so you start high, do your low block, and punch. Step back again. Make sure you're in a good Seisan stance. Bend the knees, make sure your hips are tucked in, low block, punch. Now, you don't have to practice these super hard. I prefer, to practice them slowly, almost gently. And then when you do it more and more times, you get stronger and stronger. Automatically, your body will make them stronger. And you can increase the power, the speed, the snap over time. But if you practice it too fast or with too much power before you really learn the technique, it'll be sloppy. You don't want to be sloppy with karate. Really, the basis of it is perfect technique and good structure. These are things you can get over time by practicing it. Not fast. Like when you learn how to drive a car, you don't want to get in the car and go 100 miles an hour right away, right? That doesn't make sense. You'll end up getting killed. You start out slowly, learn all the stuff you need for driving, and over time you can increase the speed, hopefully not to 100 miles an hour. Okay, so now that was low block punch. Now we're going to do middle block punch. So once again, you want to create distance between you and the weapon, the attacker's fist. So you do a sliding step back, do your middle block, punch. Sliding step back, middle block, punch. Okay, so these are things that, I noticed some of the advanced kids doing the kata, and they do the punches, and they kind of do punches, and they kind of do blocks. They're a little bit sloppy. Why? Because I probably did not press them enough on the detail of the block and the punch. This is a time when you can actually nail this down. You've got time now. You probably have extra time during the day, so you don't have to go to school, extra time to really practice the stuff and perfect it, and it'll make your katas look perfect. Going for black belt, you get there much faster if you really perfect these basic pieces that we piece together for the kata, and the kata, of course, are what you need to graduate to black belt. Now, we're going to do number 7, which is with the middle knife hand block. So you step back with the right foot again, middle knife hand block. You start here, as you remember, come around, and then nukite. Nukite is a fingertip thrust. We really penetrate the person's body with the fingertips. So you can see how I hold my fingertips. That's something we'll teach you more later. But basically, that's what it looks like. So you step back, do your middle knife hand block and nukite. And once again, we're aiming for the sternum. Step back, middle knife hand block, nukite. Well, I think I've taken enough of your time today. I'm going to try to do as many of these as I can, and then we'll go more into kata, but I want to get these basic things down now that we have time to do it. You have time to watch the videotapes, and you can rewind them. You can look at them 2 or 3 times if you want. You can have somebody help you. Try to nail down the perfect technique. Try to copy me and Sensei Mike exactly. If you get the technique exactly, you'll find when you put these techniques together into a kata, the katas also will be beautiful and it'll be perfect, and that's the quality you'll need to graduate to black belt. So thank you very much. Attention stance, Ray height, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.
Set.